Hey, comic book fans, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. And fans, you're back with me, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to do that all important comic book review so you, the fans, can make a decision what comic books to buy. And today, fans, we're talking about a new #1 from Marvel Comics this week, and it is Howard the Duck. Issue #1. That's right, fans. Now, I'm not sure if some of you have ever seen Howard the Duck movie, but it was quite comical back in its day in the 1980s. And then, of course, a lot of people got excited for Howard the Duck when they saw him at the end of the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. So everyone was always up in the air about, oh, are they going to make a movie? Or are they going to come out with a comic series? Or was it just a thing? Well, I guess based off of that, they came out with, yes, the comic book series. So interesting cover here. I love how you have Howard the Duck. He's got that private eye investigation look on there, and then you got some of the other Marvel heroes looking in the window there, Spider-Man, Miss Marvel, or Captain Marvel, and Thor, and whatnot. And then you have Black Cat there outside at the door. So really interesting cover there. And the book is written by Chip Zdarsky, and the art is done by Joe Quinnos, if that's what you said, or if I said that correctly. Now the artwork was pretty good in here. It has that investigation feel, like that mystery feel to it, I guess, if you want to say. But there was a lot of dialogue in this issue, and I felt that the artwork couldn't shine as much as I would like it to. And it's also not maybe my favorite style of artwork, but it was fine for what it presented to for its readers. But I don't think it was the best artwork. Again, it's just a lot of paneling and a lot of dialogue in there. It was hard to see any real detailed art in the book. And there you got Spider-Man on there also. So what was this story about? What did I think of the issue? Do I think it's worth picking up? Spending your hard-earned cash, especially when we have big events right upon us coming up with Convergence and Secret Wars and things like that. So, first off, in our story here, we wind up seeing some mystery guy here, and it looks like he's going to Earth to find his target. And the book opens up with Howard the Duck is in jail, and he winds up being bailed out. And we get introduced to the sidekick character here, which is the female, and her name is Tara. And we find out later on in the issue that they're going to be working together. Now, at time this book was comical, and then I felt that it tried to be maybe too funny. But this was one of the funny moments in here. Jennifer Walters is actually in this book, and her and Howard share the same building, and she's an attorney at law, and he's the private investigator, and they always have this battle amongst each other about who gets clients and whatnot. And it was funny because somebody actually goes to Howard and winds up losing this particular necklace, or finds out that this necklace was actually stolen. And he winds up finding out that it is Catwoman, and which you thought was Catwoman, but it was actually, you know, it was actually fixed by Howard. He tells the client, he sits there, "Oh, do you mean Black Cat?" So I thought that was kind of funny in there. So this necklace was stolen by Black Cat, and right away we get this investigation that's involved. And it's funny because Howard the Duck kind of really wants to work with Jennifer Walters here, but she hired Hellcat instead, which I thought was kind of comical. Spidey makes his appearance because Howard the Duck feels that he can get some information from Spider-Man and about Black Cat because they have this relationship with each other. So, but that was kind of a no-go there. Spider-Man kind of wanted nothing to do with that. So after reuniting with Tara later on in the issue, we wound up finding out that she gave him some actual valuable information on where Black Cat actually lived. And she's kind of like, well, honestly, she's like, there's not many people with walking around with white rocking with white hair running around here. So I thought that was kind of comical here as well. And they wind up going through her place, and we wind up finding out that they go and they retrieve this necklace, and Black Cat comes in, and she goes and she winds up chasing after him. But then just as, Howard winds up getting away, we wind up seeing this guy come in. and he winds up collecting from the collector. And his name is the Gatherer, so that's his name. So his mission is to retrieve Howard, and at the same time, Black Cat is chasing after him. So there's all kinds of mayhem and stuff like that going on. And then Spider-Man has his change of heart, and he winds up getting involved in the whole thing. And we wind up finding out that the Gatherer winds up zapping Howard, which is this like transportation device or transporter thing, and winds up they wind up thinking that Howard gets zapped away or whatnot, and Spider-Man's like crying in the corner. He's like, "Oh, Uncle Ben," and stuff like that. So I don't know if that was meant to be funny or if that was to be serious. I'm not quite sure there. But then you wind up seeing Howard in this like jail cell, and he winds up reuniting with Rocket Raccoon there. So you can see its ties now to Guardians of the Galaxy. So what did I think about this issue? I thought this issue was a lot to read, and you have to be, I think, in the right frame of mind to read this book. If you've read maybe 5, 6 books in a row and you want to go on to the next one, I don't think it's the right time to read it. I think if you read this book and it's the first book of the it is the first book that you read in the day, I think that's the best for you to read, because I think you can find yourself maybe being tired or not paying attention to the book or understanding its humor here. I like Howard. I liked his dry sense of humor in the issue, but I thought the book was kind of slow in my opinion, and I thought the artwork could be a little bit better. And you couldn't appreciate the artwork for what it was in the issue because there was so much dialogue and it was so cluttered, and I felt they just tried to fit too much in there. I like some of the funny moments in there with Jennifer Walters and Howard, and it's interesting to see if Tara is going to play that larger role in the series going forward, because you're kind of not sure now, because Howard is actually now in space with Rocket Raccoon, and I kind of wish that they avoided that because it's playing off of the Guardians of the Galaxy's popularity, even though he was thrown into that movie at the end. I just don't want people to buy it because of Guardians. I want people to buy it because they like Howard for who Howard really is. So hopefully he doesn't stay in space and winds up going back in and does his investigations on planet Earth. But we'll see where it goes. So after reading this book, I thought it was good, but I didn't think it was great. It didn't awe me. And for me, at this point in time, it's not worth me spending $3.99 on this title. Will I read it digitally? Yes, because I'm able to. I have the resources to read it for no cost. But for the average reader out there, I don't feel that this is really worth your money unless you're a hardcore fan of Howard the Duck. So again, I'm going to give this book a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Guys, leave me your comments below what you thought of Howard the Duck. Did this meet your expectations? Did this not have any expectations at all for you? Are you a fan of the character, or could you care less altogether? So fans, again, leave me those comments below. And fans, until the next comic book review, you can check out my other reviews over on Comic Frontline. And guys, as always, thank you for watching. And this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off. And I'll see you guys real soon. Take care.